welcome to another video. Today will be a bit different of a format. Today we have a guide video for Planet Zoo, as I haven't really found one online, so I may as well show it to you. I may as well show it to you so you can know how to play when you first get the game. Okay, so that's what you want to do. Is you want to load into the game, get the franchise mode if that's what you want to. If you want to, you can go into creative mode. It's optional which one you play. Creative mode basically gives you creative mode. Franchise mode lets you build a franchise, and these are conservation points that you save up over time to let you buy bigger, better animals, like lions and gorillas. So, when you first load up, you get, every day, around the same time, you get 100 free conservation points. So, you use your conservation points to create a zoo. So, you press New Zoo. You can select your biome. For today, we'll be doing tropical. You can select your continent, so we'll do Oceania. Go. We'll do difficulty. We'll put it on medium for now. Terrain type, be flat. That's easiest. And then you name your zoo. So, there you go. That works. That works as a good zoo. And you want to create your zoo. Once you create your zoo, you get this little loading screen here. It's your little nice loading screen. You get animals walking along the bottom. It changes over time. Well, not over time, but every time you load up a new zoo or leave the game, the animal will change. Sometimes it'll be a polar bear, a grizzly bear. They're basically the same. A gorilla, or a lion, as far as I've gotten so far. Okay, so once you load up into your zoo, so my animals will age slower. Creative settings transfer over into the main game. So in franchise mode, they will transfer over. Okay, so I've got something to claim here, I think. No, I don't. Okay, so you'll need all of these for your zoo to run smoothly. So that's something that I didn't know at the time. So what you're going to want to do is pause, so you can save as much money as possible. So select your path to an asphalt light path. You can increase the width to be 8 meters long. So there we go. It suits it more. Go. Does not look nice like it should. Select your staff path. This is for the place that you want only your staff to go. So purpose of it, we'll do this. Wait, never mind. Yeah. Okay, this works. Okay, this works. Oh, there we go. That's the delete button. Forgot what it was. Okay, now we just remove the width, make it smaller so you can fit more buildings into that little area right there. Oh, nope. Oh, you exist now. So, you want to keep it outside of the view of the public, because if the public can see your work zones, it'll decrease value in your zoo. It'll not be very nice. It will not be good at all, because they do not like to see your things. I have multiple unlocked because I have DLC packs. Get back to that, but we'll use the basic ones for now. Okay, so the Planet Zoo Workshop. This is where your mechanic will work, so you can put that right here. There you go. It's the workshop. You can customize them yourself, because that's the beauty of Planet Zoo. Gives you like complete customization. You can get a keeper hut. We'll get a large keeper hut for today. Okay, so we'll just pop that on this side. Pop that here. Like make a mini village. Get the trade center. The trade center is one of the most important buildings in all of Planet Zoo. This is how you get your animals, and also it just generally is one of the best buildings you can get. It's the building that is a complete and utter necessity but you only need one of them, so you'll be good. Get that, we get our paths. Just there you go. Connect that. So now we just need a research center, a quarantine, and a vet surgery. So there we go. Got a research center right here. You don't have to make it look good, but if you want to, you can make it look amazing, because that's the level of customization this game gives you. It's just one of those games that is just completely customizable in almost every way, shape, and form. You can even choose what color you want the animal to. If you get the right colored animals, breed them together, their offspring will look more and more the way you want them to look. You can get perfect animals, and I'll get onto that topic in a minute. But once you get all of your buildings, so now we just need a vet surgery. That would be this. Once you get your vet surgery, you got all your necessary buildings. But you don't immediately get workers. You need to hire them yourself. So, here you have your hire staff. Now, a couple of these are optional. You don't need them at all, but it is a quality of life improvement. A caretaker, that's one of those things that you do 100% need. They help transport animals, and they generally make the zoo cleaner and nicer. So, generally, you want about 2 of them, because they will walk. If you don't have a work zone for them, they'll just walk around the zoo cleaning. But if you have a work zone for them, they're in their specific area that you want them to be. And work zones are another thing. Okay, so generally, free keepers is what you want. You want free keepers for free work, for free keepers for free enclosures. So you can stretch it so it's 4 keepers for 5 enclosures, but generally keep it for free keepers for free enclosures. Generally it's a lot nicer that way. They all do their own thing, they'll go clean. You're gonna want a mechanic, 100%. I'd get about 2 of those, 2 mechanics. They will repair your enclosures. If you don't do that, your enclosures will damage over time, and the animals will break out, and then you have to spend money bringing them back, which is a horrible situation. And then vets. That's something that you will 100% need for the meantime. If you're not having any vendors and you're just having food ATMs, then this is the workforce you'll have for now. So, now we'll get started on our first enclosure. You go to barriers, and I'll quickly build this in a quick little time lapse. But first, before I do that, you got to also, I forgot this, it's important. You gotta go to utilities, and you gotta go to transformer for power, and water treatment. Otherwise, the water will be dirty. Animals can't drink or swim in it. Well, they can, but it will make them. It gives them a higher chance of being sick, and it is not good. Okay, so now we'll do a quick enclosure build, and then you can see what it's like. now we got this done, we can get our animal. Now, that's something that you're gonna want to do. So you go into animal trading, you sort your species. Fennec fox, that's what we're gonna get for this enclosure. Close this, animal storage, go into animal markets, reset all filters, find any species, that works. Okay. Okay, give me a second here while I work this issue out. Who could be doing this? Okay, so I fixed the issue. Just the animal marking isn't working right now for some reason. So you can just put all these animals in, go to click confirm, and nothing happens. So now just animal storage, Fennec fox. I have 113 animals in here. That's spread across all of your franchise zoos. So it's really good because then you can just transfer animals really easily. So if you have a zoo that is thriving really well and you have a zoo that's failing, you can get some of the newly bred animals from the exceeding zoo and bring it over here. So any zoo going bankrupt, you can just save immediately. Okay, so right here is the stats, the genetics and breeding. So the size is 50%, not the best, but it's okay. Longevity is 33. You're going to want to have that, like, that's how long they live. Their age is slower, but you want to keep it up because this is going to go into the offspring as well. Fertility 50%, so this is their chance of having a child. And their immunity, that's like one of his only good stats, and that's barely a good stat. See, look at that. That's also a bad stat. You can go. This is a horrible one right here. This was cheap. This was really cheap. 8% size and 17% immunity. That's not good at all. This guy is like literally, I think, the same as the other one. Yeah, exact same except for size. And this one is just like an almost 100% chance of having a child. So now you just choose all your animals, send to zoo. Oh, they are unable to move. Okay then. It's interesting. Yes, second. Okay. So I think I fixed the issue. And now I can get Fennec foxes. So, go into animal trading, go into this list. Oh, look at this. We actually, you know what? Don't mind if I do. I am going to adopt these because, that's really unfortunate. That one's not very good, but it doesn't matter. We have Fennec fox here. And now we can send them to the zoo. And this is why caretakers are important. Because here we have a caretaker. And they both stop what they're doing immediately and they just bolt towards the trade center to drop off the creature. Yes, we are low on cash, and that's when you can do a little something that is known as a loan, but you gotta pay it off, and it's dangerous. Because if you don't pay off the loan, they take all your money. So you see these two Fennec foxes. Enrichment, everything's almost perfect. But they need sand. So, let's go in here and just select sand, find sand. That's the one I like. Just to add a bit of that sand. That we made some money. Sand. Now you can check the environment. If they don't like a plant, they'll tell you. So they don't like most of the plants, and that makes me sad. So I'm gonna keep them in. But at the moment it's fine. And look at this, got a special visitor. Aardpark, you can locate them, and you can say hello, and that grants you 20 conservation points. But you only have a limited amount of that a day. It gives you conservation points. So now you got your enclosure, your star attraction. You can pause the game, you can go into zoo. You can remove this little notice. You can go into staff, work zones, create new work zone, and then just boom, there you go. Got your new work zone. Now you're done. You got your work zone, and then you collect all of these. Put one of the caretakers in there. There you go. And now you can just assign them all to work zone 1. And there you go. All of them are at work zone 1 already. Now, here's a little trick that you can use to make a decent amount of money. Donation bins. They are your best friend. Place them like this. People donate money to you. They are your best friend. There you go. Donation bins are your best friend, and everybody loves them. So that's the basics of Planet Zoo. There's nothing really extra to it. Once you learn this, figure this out, it becomes a lot easier than trying to wing it without knowing anything. So usually you should try and find a guide before playing the game, because it can be a disaster if you make a franchise zoo and you only have 100 conservation points and you just waste it. You just waste it, and then you have to wait a whole day to make another franchise. Now, what's good is when you breed animals, you can release them into the wild for conservation points. Meaning, if you can get like a large amount of animals bred, you can release them. The higher tier the animal, the more points you will get. And if it costs conservation points to get, the offspring of that animal will likely be worth more that you can put out into the wild. So you get more conservation points. Now, when you do that, let me just run this in the background. I might make this series, this Planet Zoo a series, so check that out if you can. So basically, once you get all that done, you'll be nice and dandy. It'll be lovely, absolutely lovely. What was I talking about? Right, if you can get like an animal that breeds really fast and has like really good offspring, you can make like a conservation point farm, which you can dedicate one of your zoos to. Not the nicest looking, but overall it's pretty nice to have those extra conservation points, because you can get really good animals. Because when you go into animal trading, let me pause this because we're running out of money, and that's not a good thing. You go into here, filter, and you just go all the way down. Stuff like the Western Lowland Gorilla, West African Lion, and what is it? Not Plain Zebra. I think Plain Zebra's fine. Indian Rhinoceros, Hippopotamus, African Elephant. All of these cost conservation points, and it gets really expensive after a little bit. You see, you can get lucky with Hippopotamus like this. But as you can see, the size isn't very good, so it will be a very low level attraction. So like it'll be still an attraction. It'll still get you like money and stuff, but it won't be as good as a golden hippopotamus. This is shown by this symbol here. This shows that it's like one of the best you can get. Look at that, almost all green except for immunity, which can be fixed by this guy who has all green, or this guy who has all green. You have this one which has a different skin tone, so if you get this, as you can see there's a time limit, it's from someone else's zoo. If you can get this particular hippo, you can just save up and just breed that one, and then you have like different looking hippos, because as you can see they all have different sort of looking things. Look at that, grey brown skin with pink mottling, pink skin with black mottling, and light grey / brown skin with pink mottling. So that's good. That's a good one, an Indian rhino. So that's the basics on Planet Zoo. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.